Lynnette,
Yes.
why did Cinderella get kicked off the soccer team?
I don't know.
She kept running away from the ball.
How do you organize a space party?
No, how?
You plan it.
I get it. Let's see what you did there. Lynnette, how do you make a tissue dance?
How do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it.
Why don't crabs give to charity?
No, why not?
They're shellfish.
Nice. Good one. All right, that didn't hurt much.
Hi, I'm Lynnette Viox. I am a teacher at Loveland High School. I am also one of the esports coaches here at the high school. I love Loveland because it is a small community that is full of tradition. I grew up here, my family is here, it has wonderful schools, and it is a place where you can always go and see a friendly face. It's a place I'd love to be for the rest of my life. In 5 years, I see myself retired. I see myself spending part of my year here in Loveland. I see myself spending part of my year wherever my children are. And what gets me up every morning? Actually, I really love my life right now. I love my job, I love my family. I'm just motivated to continue to do what I love. And I feel very fortunate to live in a great community, have a great family, and a wonderful job.
Hey, welcome to the newest edition of the Loveland Exchange. Hey, we are blessed today to have a rock star from Loveland, Ohio, a teacher, mentor, coach, all kinds of other things that are escaping me at the moment. No, just kidding.
Coach.
Lynnette Viox. So Lynnette, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here and taking the time to share your wisdom with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, our pleasure. So, you've lived in Loveland all your life, correct?
All my life.
Good, so all 35 years.
All 35 years.
That's amazing, that's good stuff. So, yeah, good deal. And currently, and for a number of years, you've been a teacher at Loveland High School the whole time, right?
I taught 1 year at Milford Junior High.
Oh, we'll forgive you. So, sorry, Milford.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha. So good. So what do you teach at Loveland?
So I teach marketing, financial literacy, and college and careers.
Nice. So how's the financial literacy coming?
Awesome.
Awesome. Good.
Yes. Awesome. Good mentors.
Yeah, good mentors. Yeah. Nice. Appreciate that. No.
Yes.
So good. Actually, let's talk about financial literacy real quick. That is actually an excellent thing in the schools, okay? But it's also, I'm going to go relatively new. I've lost a little track of time, but it's about a little less than 10 years old that the state actually put it into the schools, right?
Around 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
Say that in class. 6, 7.
Right. Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah. So around 6 or 7 years ago, we started requiring it at Loveland High School. And then around 2 years ago, the state of Ohio has made it a requirement for all high schools. So we were actually a little ahead of the curve. It's been very well received by the students. The kids, are very engaged and seem to really love the class. So it was something that we pushed for a really long time.
Yeah, good. I mean, it's important. There's no doubt about that.
For sure.
So what do you think? What do you think is the most important thing that they get out of it, or that they seem most shocked by, or anything along those lines? Like it's like, oh, I never considered that, or anything like that.
That's a great question. I think they're the most interested in things that are practical to them right now, which are things like buying a car, getting how to develop their credit, how to pay for college, things that are happening in their life right now. They're surprised by how challenging it can be just to get all of those things started.
Mm-hmm. You come in and talk to the kids, and generally I talk investments, right? And you're talking about, in general, retirement and things like that, which is for these young people 40-something years in the future, if not more, right?
Yes.
So yeah, there will, with the couple of exceptions, their eyes start to kind of glass over because you're talking about something that's just not even on their radar screen. But when you talk about writing a check and your credit score and how you use credit and credit cards and things like that, I mean, that's stuff they're going to use probably now, number one, and number two, definitely when they go walking out of the door from Loveland High School, right?
I think that's one of the things that we talk about is how important it is to understand that you do have to think about those things right now, even though it is 40 years in the future. And what I've found is they're very receptive to it. And I think in the beginning, people were a little more glassed over, the students were, but they really are open to understanding that it is something they have to start thinking about as soon as they start working, and they have a lot of questions. I've had students that have already started 401ks with that work for companies that offer that, even for part-time employees. It's just super exciting that they apply it right now.
Gotcha. And your presentation of the material is probably much more interesting than maybe some other people's that come rolling into the room. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think that's huge. I really do. So, been in Loveland your entire life, teaching at Loveland a good chunk of your life. Why is that? What is it about Loveland that you like?
You know, we talk about sometimes, because retirement for us isn't near as far away as it is for our students. So we talk about a lot of people pack it up and move away at retirement. And, you talk about like, well, where's that ideal community that, we're going to be free to go where you want to go. And when we look at that, it's like, what is that ideal community look like? And when we put all those things on paper, it's a place like Loveland. It's people are friendly. It's a small community, but yet there's so much to offer. We love all of the activities there are to do here, those small festivals that we have. You go to town and people. And we're 25 minutes away from things like, the Bengals and the Reds and the Aronoff Center. And so it's a small community where you can have friends and family around, but you're not very far away from, other things that are fun to do. Loveland is love.
There you go, the land of love.
The land of love.
And I agree with you. Just because you're sitting in the middle of it, when you start to think of what am I looking for, I've said it multiple times. The best thing that Kim and I did years ago was move here, right? And it was probably one of the better decisions that we made. So I definitely appreciate what you said and I agree with you. The schools, I think the schools have an amazing amount of support from the community and from the parents and things like that. So not every school district can say that.
Correct.
Right? So.
And we both obviously grew up here and went to school here, but it was very different than when we raised our kids here. But we got a good education here and our kids got an excellent education here, and I couldn't be happier with where we've been.
So I'll hit you with this question, then I'll leave you alone on this topic. But so in the number of years that you've been teaching, what do you think has been the most drastic change in schools?
In schools in general?
Yeah, or
here at Loveland?
Sure.
Just what we've been able to offer the kids, I think different from when I was here to now. When I went to school at Loveland, we didn't have AP courses. We didn't have, obviously technology has changed so much, but just the number of the types of advanced courses that the kids can take, the AP, the CCP, the internships, the amount of opportunities the kids have today that we did not have. It just keeps growing exponentially. So the kids can leave with so much opportunity as they enter the workforce or college or wherever it is that they're able to go. And the amount of education they have. When I was trying to decide what I was going to do, which I did, sales and marketing before I became a teacher, I had no idea what I was going to do with my life as I left. And these kids they're so much more educated and have so many more opportunities to explore post-secondary opportunities, whether it's, an apprenticeship or whether it's going to work or whether it's going to college. I think that has changed so much.
Yeah, I think it's huge that they can actually go out and sample
Yes.
something before they, even before they go to college, You get in there, start taking college classes or something, you're like, I can't stand this, right? So
Right.
now what do I do with myself, So
It's
if you
so
can,
important.
yeah. And again, once again, a bunch of companies and organizations just around here in town that provide that opportunity for these kids to come out and try it out.
We have amazing business partners, and we are so fortunate. Our students are so fortunate to have the opportunities that they have.
Yeah, you guys actually sat in on a community breakfast 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and you and some of the professionals had done a couple presentations, and yeah, I mean, that just, we did not, like you said, we did not have those opportunities
Right.
in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Like we would go to school, and then after school go to work, and,
Right.
and work was just work. It didn't have anything to do with maybe what you thought you wanted to do
Right.
in college or anything like that. So,
And we
yeah,
have
it's
things
huge.
like, we have a skilled trades fair now once a year where the kids can just see, just get a glimpse of what's out there. It's just so difficult sometimes for students to even just have an idea of what there is to do. So the more exposure they get, the better.
Agree.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, and this is kind of the, I'm not sure what the word is, the neater thing here, for me anyway, is you mentioned opportunities these kids have and everything. So you're one of the coaches on the Loveland ESports team, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's start with number one. What the heck is Loveland ESports? Okay,
Loveland
This
Esports.
old guy here, so we're talking about esports. So what is that? And just tell us a little bit about the league and the how that process
Yeah,
works.
so Loveland Esports, online competitive gaming. Yes, and we play in the Ohio Esports League. So it has evolved very much over the years. So, probably in 2016 maybe, a group of kids when I was teaching in the computer lab just asked me, can we start an esports club? And I, sure, but back then we did not have the equipment to do competitive gaming. So there was a group of probably 20, 25 kids that used to just stay after school for a couple of hours once a week and just play games together as a club. And flash forward, then COVID happened and it fell apart. And about 4 years ago, we got a new director of technology and innovation, and he came from a district that did have a competitive gaming. And he said to me, I saw that you used to have this, would you want to do this again, and let's do it competitive. So I said, well, sure, I'll help you. So we went through a process of writing grants and getting very generous corporate donors, such as Jarvis Global Investments, who helped us to get the right equipment in, and we started the competitive gaming. So this is our 4th year, and we have about 22 students competing this year, and it's been super exciting to build the program.
Yeah, it's incredible to me. Just again, here's another thing that and we talk about this, like the things kids are going to be doing 20 years from now, we're not even thinking of today, right? And that's kind of falls under that same idea. But I had the opportunity to go to Miami University 3 or 4 years ago, and we're walking through, I think it was the engineering building or something like that, if I remember correctly. We're walking through, and here's this big room, double-sized room. There's kids all over the place, and they're all got the headphones on. They're all gaming, and at Miami, it's huge. Like it's a
Yes.
big deal. But it was just kind of a plain room. Right, I mean, it had a whole bunch of computers and a whole bunch of kids, and they're all doing their thing. But the interesting thing here is what I really like what you've done and Adam have done is you've taken, like, and you can correct me if things have changed in Miami, but you walk into Loveland's esports room, it's impressive,
Yes.
right? We're talking neon and orange and black, and the computers nowadays, the fans, and
Yes.
the technical term, they got whirly things going around on the inside of them.
Yes.
It's impressive. It's a fun atmosphere.
Yes.
You're not just sitting there on your computer talking to some guy on the other end. It's a fun it's a neat, it's an encouraging atmosphere
Right.
now.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
it's
sure
definitely
that,
been an evolution
yeah,
to
yeah,
get there.
no doubt.
Yes.
And I'm going to assume in some ways things like that and the commitment that the schools have made and things have contributed to some pretty good success
Yes.
on Loveland's thing. So why don't you talk about that a little
Yes.
bit?
So we have the Ohio ESports has, you can make it to the regional tournament, and if you make it past regionals, you will move on to the state tournament. And our first year, our Valorant team went to state, and our Rocket League and Valorant team made it to regionals, then Valorant made it on to the state tournament. Last year, our Overwatch team made it to regionals, and our Fortnite team made it second place in state. So yeah, it was very exciting.
And we all know it's the coaching.
Oh,
It's 100%
100%
the coaching, right? Yeah.
I will admit, I do not know how to play any of these games.
Right. But you can
I am
coach. Right?
moral support.
I can't play girls lacrosse either, but well, I can't coach it either.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I am moral support.
that's
Definitely.
Good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. So you've gotten to the point. It's neat. You know, for lack of a better term, it's neat. Successful. Obviously, you've got, would you say, 22 kids? That's great.
Yeah.
Girls and guys.
Last year, but not this year.
No girls this year?
No
or no
girls
guys?
this year.
No girls. Okay.
No girls this
Gotcha.
year.
All right. And they're not separate. Like there's not a girls division and a boys division,
No.
right? It's all together, right? Okay. All right. And parents don't come to the room and sit in the bleachers and watch the matches, right?
At regionals and state, they
They do. Okay. All right.
For our regular every week matches, we stream them live.
So you can watch online.
Yes, so you can watch them online.
That's cool. Yeah.
Through Twitch.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So where's it heading?
So I think one of the really interesting things also with esports is, as you mentioned, it's a mixed gender, but also it's mixed abilities. So it doesn't matter. There are people, if they have physical disabilities, you can also play. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who you are. You can be a part of esports. And the other great thing is there are all kinds of roles that people can play. We know that if kids are involved in extracurricular activities, they're more likely to do better in school. So we want them to be involved, and it's sometimes kids aren't athletic, or maybe they aren't going to be on the academic team, but here's another outlet for them. So we have kids, so we do live stream, and when they live stream, we have someone who actually commentates. So like we have students who that's what they do. They aren't maybe good at gaming, but they understand the game and they have friends on the team. So they come and they're the people who do the graphics and they do the live streaming, and they come to practices and they come to the games. 2 years ago, we had a student who was good at graphic design. So he came and he worked on like our social media, and he just did all of our graphic designing, and he still came to all the practices and he was involved. So there's an opportunity for kids to be involved. We had a student, it was also 2 years ago, who he was a gamer, but not one of the top gamers. So he played and he subbed in, but he was super intelligent student and was really good at math, and he actually loved statistics. So he was involved in statistics, and he actually ended up, he's involved at Ohio State with their statistics and their gaming community, and they actually use all the statistics just like you would in regular sports to improve their game.
Okay.
And he and Adam, the other coach, even presented at the National ESports Coaches Conference on how to use statistics in esports.
Good. Nice.
So there's so many ways for kids to get involved, whether it's production, statistics, just supporting their friends in other ways. So it's a community, which is great. We've had one of our grants that we got was an educational grant. So we actually bought some of the gaming computers. We had to put them together from scratch. So we had like a Friday night pizza night. Some of the kids from the robotics team came and taught our kids how to put the computers together. So it was like a whole learning experience too. So there's like so much that the kids have been able to learn through this whole process too. We did a podcast one year, And one of the questions we asked at the end was, what did you enjoy the most this year? And this was the year we went to state. And the kids said, making friends.
Oh, nice.
So
Good.
that was super interesting.
It's amazing to me, and talking about college and stuff, but it's amazing to me that you run into some of these kids in high school, and they're amazing musicians. They're amazing in theater. They're amazing at robotics. They're amazing, and then this person who is amazing at show choir goes off to Purdue and becomes a mechanical engineer.
Right.
And or whatever, it's just amazing that you think, oh, this kid has got a future in this and everything, and then high school, not done with that, I'm moving on to my big boy job or big girl job or whatever. But so are you seeing like your players and things like that? Do you see most of them moving to college and going into computers or coding or statistics? That's a perfect one. Do you see a lot of them doing that, or is this what they do in high school and they're going on to be doctors or whatever they want to be?
Huge mix. There's a huge mix. We have a couple of kids that are on the robotics team as well. There are a couple of kids that are, one I know is interested in engineering. We have a student that his other hobby is he's in 4-H. So in my mind, like, how far apart do you get? You're
Right.
this gaming student who's what I think someone thinks of a stereotypical gaming person in the basement, introvert, and then he's an outdoor, into animals.
Yeah,
But it's the same person.
there you go.
So
Yeah.
we have a really wide variety of students, and then they all come together in this
Yeah,
with this one interest.
that's great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So I asked a lot of questions. Is there anything that I'm not asking you, number one? Number two, is there anything that you wanted to, you're in the catbird seat, so anything you wanted to share that I haven't asked you about?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I think I covered a lot of it there with the end. I think it's just a great alternative activity for the kids that are interested. Like I said, I think it's great when kids get involved in things, and if this is their interest, that we have this for them to do, because we want them to be at school, to be involved. So I'm happy to have it there for them.
I'm sure they're happy to have you there doing it too. So you've got 20 years or so left of teaching, so they're going to be blessed with your presence for another 20 years or so?
Nope.
Yeah, I'll let you think about that question. You don't have to answer right away.
Nope.
So, no,
Yeah.
that's great. Obviously it's a very easy thing to say, and it's true, but schools have changed drastically. In your career, and since we were in school, it's no longer chalk. We were blessed with overheads and mimeograph machine. Well, that might have been elementary school, but it's just an amazing thing. But to me, and for you as teachers, get a lot of respect from me because of what's required of you, especially these days. There are so many things that are required of teachers these days that generally have a whole lot to do with nothing about education, right? And then all these things, all these processes and things that you have to do, and generally you get something put on your plate and nothing else gets taken off your plate. So a huge amount of respect for what you do and what you have accomplished. You guys have done you've done some amazing things. The school has done some amazing things. So thank you for that.
Thank you. We couldn't do it, though, without the support of all the community. And like I said, especially in our department, without all the business partners that we have. We have a great community. And when you said before, why Loveland? I mean, we have a great community. We are really lucky. One thing I will touch back on, which just popped into my head, was that Ohio ESports, one of the other great things is they have a portal that the kids can go into, and they can search all the colleges that have esports and all the colleges that offer scholarships. And they can reach out to coaches. They can kind of put in the portal their interests, and then the coaches can reach out to them, which it also notifies us as the coaches. There's a three-way communication, so we know when they're communicating with the students, which is also great because there are over 300 colleges now that have programs and that are offering scholarships for the students, which is also awesome, so.
Yeah, it's great that that system's there. You
Yeah.
start talking sports and portals, I start to cringe a little bit. But I'm sure some of these gamers are getting $1 million, $2 million NIL money to go to school to do esports, right? Not yet. Next year.
Not yet.
Next year.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, maybe they'll let some of that money trickle down to the high school teams
Yeah.
or whatever. So no, that's great though that you
Yeah.
one that you have that system, but two,
Yes.
I like the three-way thing
Yes.
too. That way everyone is involved.
Everybody's involved, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Well,
Exciting times.
it is. I mean, it still amazes me. We didn't even touch on like artificial intelligence and things like that, right? I mean,
Right.
the things that are available to kids, but also can mess with things, right?
Right.
I mean, you talk about Chat GPT and stuff like that, and all open AI and stuff. It's like, number one, it's going to, as with any tool, as you well aware, whether it's a pencil or a computer, there's a lot of good that comes from it, and there's a lot of not so great things that come from it. So you have those challenges, and we're going to have to work through those
Right.
challenges.
And it's
over
all
the
new,
time.
and we're going to have to learn, how to work with it and make it work for us, just like when the calculator was invented and when the laptop came, and just every piece of technology that comes, it comes with its benefits and it comes with its challenges, and we're going to have to learn. It's coming fast.
Yeah, 100. And you're not going to be walking around out in the world with a calculator in your pocket.
Never. Never.
If I heard it once, I heard it twice. So wrong again. Not only do I have a calculator, I've got 40,000 songs too. So anyway,
Definitely.
Hey, thank you, one, for
Thank
how
you.
much you do and everything, and appreciate you. I know you came here from work, and appreciate you taking time
Sure.
after work to do this and everything. And go Tigers eSports.
Thank you, and thank you for your support,
No,
for sure.
yeah, not a problem. So thank you. All right, so since you are the financial literacy teacher at
Oh, God.
Loveland, so we got some good financial questions for you. So I'll ask you true or false. You get it right, you can have some, or you can make me do it.
Oh,
If you get it wrong,
you know what's
then-
going to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna make me eat. So, true or false? Private equity funds typically use less leverage than hedge funds.
True.
False.
I was a little hungry. I haven't eaten since 10:30.
Okay,
That's why.
so I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be kind if you're hungry.
oh.
So you have 3 chip items from Jungle Gyms.
Jungle Gyms.
So just so you know, it may look like Lay's to you, but it doesn't say Lay's. I think it's their version of Lay's. I'm not sure what this is, but it does have the words extra barbecue on it. Okay. Or, again, I'm trying to be nice here. This is shellfish. This looks like the prawns we had.
Oh, it
So,
does, but
I'm
I
gonna
think the prawns we had looked
Better.
better
Yeah, they were
than
better, yeah.
the chip version.
And then this is sushi. No? So sushi's a no.
No.
How you feel about prawns?
In a chip version?
Yeah. See, I'm even giving you a choice.
A barbecue.
You can go barbecue. All right. I'll be kind and open them for you. And once again, thank you to Jungle Gyms for providing this amazing product. Oh, that smells amazing.
And am I saying whether these are good or bad, or am I just...
Yeah, you express your opinion. Honestly.
Honestly, these aren't bad.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See, if you
Honestly.
branch out every once in a while, you get a little surprise.
Yeah, I have first lunch, which is like breakfast.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, honestly, these aren't bad.
So you're not hangry at the moment.
I'm
though.
not hangry yet.
Yeah, okay, well, we got 15 minutes.
Yeah, you've
so.
seen hangry. And it's not pretty.
Number 2, true or false? Lowering a company's dividend payout ratio always increases its share price.
False.
You are correct. Nicely done.
Oh, good.
You want to pick
Okay.
one for me? Or you want to have another one?
Oh, no, you can try.
My turn?
Yeah. Am I going to have to eat the other one?
No, Depends
Okay.
on how you answer the third question.
Well, I mean, if I miss, am I going to have
That's
to
a
eat the
good
other
point,
one?
yeah. If
Okay,
you wanna,
then you're getting the sushi.
If you want to strategize on it, yeah.
Yeah, because this is the least of the evils. I definitely don't want to
Oh,
eat this
you-
one.
you want-
So if
okay,
I'm
I'm
going
with
to
you.
get a miss, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to be stuck
All right.
with shellfish over sushi.
I'm with you. All right. And it truly does 100% looks like sour cream and onion.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, even the
And I don't like that
even
either.
the chip. No. No. Not bad. I'd eat them. I am eating them. So no. Yeah, it's good. Not bad at all. I would recommend those. Last but not least,
Can I use ChatGPT?
you want to phone a friend?
Can I phone a friend?
Market capitalization is a better indicator of company size than enterprise value.
True.
False.
Darn. Okay.
Well, the good news is that you played the game well, so you're going to get the lesser of the two evils, according to you.
Yeah, if you could say shellfish potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't smell too bad.
No, not at all.
Not terrible.
Okay, there you go.
They wouldn't be my first choice,
Okay.
but they're not terrible.
Okay, there you go. A glowing review from Mrs. Viox.
Yeah.
Now, would you like to try some cheddar cricket?
No.
No. No.
It's a hard no. So, this is, believe it or not, it's actually a finance show too. So I understand you might have a question for me, so go ahead.
Do you think it is still safe to invest in AI and tech stocks, or do you think the bubble is going to pop?
Yes, I still think it's safe, especially if you have a long time horizon. I don't think we are at the bubble stage on this yet, especially if you branch out and start looking at some of the support stocks for artificial intelligence. So, you have NVIDIA, which is the gaming stock, right? Because it goes like this, right? And it has for almost 2 years now. So yeah, that might not be the cheapest stock in town, although I still think it has a ways to go. That doesn't mean it can't pull back a little bit before it continues moving back up though, but I wouldn't call it a bubble, okay? And then also try and concentrate on some of the support stocks. I mean, artificial intelligence is gonna start eating up a ton of energy. There's an option, some of the peripheral stocks look at that. So no, especially if you're young and you have a long time frame, no, I mean, artificial intelligence is not going away. Let's be clear about that. Kind of like the internet. It was a fad, wrong, okay? And if you stuck with it, it's amazing the amount of money you could have made if you bought it and stuck with it and even rode it all the way through the dot-com bubble. You're still very, very, very well off. So yeah, it's a good question. I still think we're all right.
To give credit where credit is due, this question came from one of my students.
So let me give you an example. If I walked out of college, or when I walked out of college, if I would have put $10,000 on a stock like, let's say, Microsoft, it would be worth $45 million today.
Okay.
So if I'm a high school student or a college student, buy something, buy a solid company, and forget about it.
Let it ride.
Yeah, and you'll be all right. Generally, you'll be all right. Or buy a basket of technology stocks or whatever. You'll be just fine.
Okay.
Well, yeah, good
Thank
question,
you.
though.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Hey, Mrs. Viox, Lynnette, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your time. Again, a huge amount of respect for you and what you do and the other teachers do. And people will love this, but you guys are probably some of the most underpaid people I run into. Send your email to my kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your insights. Hopefully we can get together here again in a few years and we can see where esports and stuff like
Yes.
that's going. I'm sure there will be all kinds of programs and things going for the kids that we
Yeah.
aren't even thinking of now. So
Awesome.
thank you for all that. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Good to see you.
You too.